themselves were able.
Senate Minority Leader Franklin Drilon said 50 classrooms would have been built if the SEA Games organizers didn't splurge on the cauldron, while former President Benigno Aquino III said it need not cost that much. Cayetano, who heads the Philippine SEA Games Organizing Committee, hits back at the opposition for what he said was their hypocrisy, reminding them of the 10 billion pesos spent by the Aquino administration to host the 2015 Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation Summit.
Namamahalang kayo sa 50 million pero sa 10 billion okay lang sa inyo. Senator Drilon forgot. It's their administration na nagpilit ng K-12 kaya nagkulang ulit yung classrooms.
Government officials say the cauldron is priceless since it is the last work of Manyosa before he died in February this year.
Pag natapos ang SEA Games, kung 100 million may bibili niyan eh. But it's priceless, no? It's part of the history and culture of the Philippines, of Clark.
It's not a caldero. National artists don't build calderos. They don't design calderos. They design monuments.
While New Clark City is all set for the SEA Games, Cayetano admits they're still rushing the completion of some facilities and the other sporting venues in Rizal, Tagaytay, and Subic. But he adds contingency measures have been put in place to ensure all sporting events will push through. As for criticism over the choice of a mall owned by the Villars for the SEA Games bowling events, Cayetano says it wasn't him, but the Philippine Olympic Committee which decided on the matter.
Sila lang ang may 20 lanes. So it just so happened that the Puyat Sports bowling lanes is in the Villar Mall.
With less than 2 weeks left before the SEA Games, Cayetano appeals to critics to hold off on the attacks, while BCDA President Vince Dizon hopes athletes won't be distracted.
So huwag kayong mag-alala. After the Games, kahit araw-arawin niyo ako haharap, ako sasagot.
Ang pakiusap ko po sa atleta, takpan nyo na lang po ang inyong mga tenga at mag-focus na lang po kayo sa training.
Government officials hope the public will rally behind the athletes for the SEA Games as organizers promise to put on a world-class event that the country can be proud of. Cian Arcangel, CNN, Philippines.
Did you know that the Philippines was not actually the original host of the 2019 SEA Games? This year's Southeast Asian Games was supposed to take place in Brunei, while the Philippines was slated to host sometime after 2020. Hosting duties for the SEA Games are rotated among the member countries of the SEA Games Federation, but countries may choose to do so or decline. Brunei gave up hosting the Games this year due to the lack of sporting facilities and accommodations. Our country eventually stepped in and volunteered to host the SEA Games. We hosted the Games back in 1981, 1991, and 2005.
The nominees for the 62nd Annual Grammys are in. One big winner already is Lizzo. The singer saw her star rise quickly this year, and she leads the pack with 8 nominations. Lizzo will duke it out. Will duke it out with Bon Iver. The singer saw her star rise quickly this year, and she leads the pack with 8 nominations. Lizzo will duke it out with Bon Iver, Billie Eilish, Ariana Grande, Her, Khalid, Lil Nas X, and Post Malone for the Record of the Year. The Album of the Year, Song of the Year, and Best New Artist categories are equally crowded, with 8 nominees each. You can find the full list of nominees in all 80 categories on Grammy.com. The most popular categories will be awarded live on the award telecast hosted by Alicia Keys. It's set to air. It's set to air. It's set to air on CBS January 26th.
This is the junior edition of Newsroom, and when we return, it's a three-peat for the Ateneo Blue Eagles basketball team. See you at the bonfire,
And no Christmas is complete without a lot of lights. And Philippine City has a lot of them. But first, answer this pop quiz.
Welcome back to the Junior edition of Newsroom. Lots of celebrations for the Ateneo Blue Eagles. For the third consecutive year, the Blue Eagles are the kings of UAAP men's senior basketball. They defeated the University of Santo Tomas Growling Tigers 86-79 in Game 2 of the finals. With the victory, Ateneo achieved a historic 16-0 sweep, the 7th perfect season in league history, and the first since UST's 14-game perfect run in 1993. 30 Ravenna showed the way for the Blue Eagles with 17 points and 7 rebounds, while SJ Belangel added 15 points on 50% shooting. Ravenna was hailed as the finals' most valuable player for the third time. As the Growling Tigers cut the deficit to just 1 point in the final quarters, Ateneo's Belangel waxed hot from the beyond the arc to push his team's lead to a safe distance. Yeah. Slow down. Okay, sure. As the Growling Tigers cut the deficit to just 1 point in the final quarter, Ateneo's Belangel waxed hot from beyond the arc to push his team lead to a safe distance.
Siguro it's in coach subsystem na I blend yun na sobra. Saka ayun, pa-thank you lang ako sa kanila, Kuya Matt and especially Kuya Tai for motivating me every time na practices saka games. Tapos kami yung as a point guard, kami yung parang nag-cheer up for each other na every time na magkamali kami. Next play lang lagi. So little things as that siguro pump us up. Ayun. So ayun, magpapasalamat po rin ako kay Coach Tab na ayun, dahil sa shooting form niya na tinuro sa akin, ayun, gumana.
The Blue Eagles are also the only team to achieve a three-peat in the Final Four era, which began in 1994. Sorry. Okay. The Blue Eagles are also the only team to achieve a three-peat in the Final Four era, which began in 1994. Renz Abando finished with 16 points and 4 rebounds, while Mark Nonay chipped 14 points for UST. Ateneo now has a total of 11 men's seniors basketball titles. To celebrate the Blue Eagles' triumph at the UAAP basketball finals, our word of the day is trounce. It's spelled T-R-O-U-N-C-E. To trounce means to defeat another person or team very heavily in a contest, usually ones of a sporting nature. Let's use it in a sentence. For the third straight year, the Ateneo Blue Eagles trounced their opponents at the basketball finals last Wednesday. And that's our word of the day, trounce. Have you got a word of the day in us for my... Oh my God, I'm sorry.